swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Muncy, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor.
The Dodgers are in trouble in the division, losing ground to the Diamondbacks and the Padres. Shohei Ohtani is slumping. What will the Dodgers do? Are they going to be okay? We're going to talk all of that and more on a live Dodgers dugout following the show.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers win.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball.
Grand slam. It's a double for Freddie. Magic.
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades. This is the most anticipated season in Dodgers history.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. And thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers lose to the Milwaukee Brewers by a final score of 6-4. They split the 4-game series with Milwaukee. They dropped to 71-51 on the season. That's a 94-win pace. And now they're just 2 games up of the San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks in the division. The Dodgers are going to have to improve quickly and find a way to get better pitching down the stretch if they want to win. Also, the offense, they didn't help this team out either. In the last 8 games for the Dodgers, they've scored runs after the 7th innings exactly 1 time, and it was an extra innings game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The offense isn't doing enough. The pitching isn't doing enough. Daniel Hudson just kicked this game away today, unnecessarily booting a couple balls that one could have been a double play. One definitely could have been an easier out, and they just gave this one away late. I wonder why Michael Kopech was the first guy out of the pen. You need Michael Kopech late innings. I was the first guy to say it. Michael Kopech needs to be the Dodgers closer. Michael Kopech is the best arm they have right now, and he should be put in more high-leverage situations. But you had 3 walks in the last couple innings. Alex Vesia had a tightrope act that he was able to get out of, but it just was not enough. And I still can't understand why, in the middle of a division race on the road against the best comeback team in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers have now won 33 games by comeback fashion this season. That's the most in Major League Baseball. You throw Walker Buehler in that situation on the road in a pivotal game. I just can't understand that. Not a safe, soft landing for Walker Buehler yesterday, especially when you have Landon Knack and Justin Robleski, guys that have pitched better this season. The Dodgers can ill afford to experiment and try to give guys opportunities because of the name on their back and what they've done for this organization. So we got a lot to talk about here. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Also, we're doing a t-shirt giveaway. We have a little trivia question later. We're going to ask you, on this date, the Brewers actually got a triple play off the Dodgers, and we got a triple play question coming up. So we got that. We'll be looking for a comment of the show. I got Tony Taters rocking with me, as always. Mr. Tony Taters, he's got thoughts on this game as well. It felt like this was going to be a series win today. Jack Flaherty did have his best stuff, still pitched relatively well, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, had 7 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. Not his best outing. I just can't understand why Michael Kopech is the first guy out of the pen. So much to get into here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. By the way, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button if you want to see this team win this division. Of course, every episode begins with the poll question of the show, and I ask you guys over on the X, will the Dodgers win the National League West? And right now, 56% of you say yes, while 44% of you say no. So 56% say yes, 44% say no. So if you haven't yet, let me know down below. Do you believe the Dodgers are going to win the National League West? Shohei Ohtani, we'll talk about him. He's definitely been slumping of late. He goes 1 for 5 with a strikeout. For this series, Shohei Ohtani goes 2 for 19 with 4 strikeouts. Since the All-Star break, Shohei Ohtani is hitting .211 with an .862 OPS. Yes, he did go deep this series. Yes, that was definitely promising. Shohei hit 2 bombs this series, but they need to have him play at MVP level. Truth of the matter is that since the All-Star break, Shohei's been really good, but he hasn't performed at an MVP level, hitting .211 since the break. An .862 OPS. The slug is certainly there. And yes, he's on pace for 50 home runs and 47 stolen bases. We would love a 40-40 season. We would love a 50-50 season. But I think what we would really love is a division win or a best record in the National League. I know there's some out there that think it's a good idea to go into the postseason as a wild card. Here to tell you that more often than not, you don't want that, especially when your team that spent $1.4 billion in the offseason. You just can't risk that with the way the Padres and the Diamondbacks are playing. And yes, they're not going to play at a 900 win percentage clip for the rest of the way, but the Dodgers certainly have to perform better. Yesterday, they go 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Today, the Dodgers go 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Just 1 extra base hit for the Dodgers today. Just 1 extra base hit, and that was the Andy Pages double to left in the second inning that could have honestly gone as an error potentially. So not a great day for the Dodgers. They lose this one late fast. We're going to break it all down, but let me know down below in the comment section on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, what is your concern level? Because me, when I get up at 3:30 in the morning in a cold sweat, I'm thinking about losing this division with the way the Diamondbacks are playing with the remaining schedule. If you look at the remaining schedule, the Dodgers' remaining opponents have a .495 win percentage. The Padres, their opponents have a .488 win percentage. So the Padres' schedule a little lighter than the Dodgers. But this month, you have the Cardinals on the road. That's never easy to go to St. Louis. You come home, you play the Mariners, the Rays, the Orioles. Then you go to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks in what's going to be a NL West showdown. So buckle up. You are in a division race, Dodgers fans. You are not running away with this division. This is not 2022. This is more like 2021. This is the closest the lead has been in a very long time, since April. The Dodgers aren't used to this. This is the team that rolls out of bed and wins 100 games. You won 106 in 2019, set a new franchise record. You won 43 games. That's 116 win pace in the shortened season in 2020. You won another 106 games in 2021. You set a franchise record, 111 wins in 2022, and then a 100-win season in 2023. This year, they're on pace for 94 wins. No team in Major League Baseball is on pace for more than 100. But let's dive into the comments here. This is your freak out meter right now. And Joel Rodriguez says, I disagree, D-Mac. 1 week did no good for the team last year or any division winner for that matter. I'll get to your comment right now for a second for sure. So just give me a second here. We'll get back to that. And look, the way you can look at it is this. If you want to look at the Michelada half full. The Michelada half full take is the Dodgers heading into today had won 8 of 10. They had put together a 5-game winning streak before the loss with Buehler on the mound, and they still have won 7 of their last 10 games. The Dodgers are playing winning baseball for the most part, but the Padres and the Diamondbacks, objects in the rear, are closer than they appear. The Snakes and the Dads are coming for the Dodgers. Jason Diamond says 9. Raymond Biggs Roadhouse says 8. Gabriel 9009 says series split, but damn, this feels like a game for NLDS or NLCSL. It definitely had that feel to it, a little bit of an elevated feel. You have a very, very gritty Brewers team that knows how to win, especially late. So I agree. And then yesterday, you're going up against a top reliever in Devin Williams who brings out that airbender, and the Dodgers go down in order. You're seeing big swings from Shohei Ohtani in those situations. So I totally agree. It did feel like a postseason loss. Eric Brewer, obviously not the magnitude, just the environment and the feel of it. I agree with that. Walks will always beat you. Yeah, we're going to break down this one in depth as we always do, and we're going to talk about that for sure, and you can't have that. Absolutely. Roy Estrada gives it a 10. That's his concern level. Eric Flores an 8. Ricardo gives it a 9. Kelly Oshiro, always appreciate your takes. I keep saying it. Shohei needs to be coached. Somebody needs to have the courage to coach the show. He is coachable. He's going through a slump. And you're seeing him expand the zone. When you do that, that is always an indicator that the swing is too big. And anytime he's getting attacked up and in, and they're having success with that, you're seeing that. But also the strikeouts aren't too high. The strikeout numbers aren't too high. It's just you need to see him having a line drive approach, a gap-to-gap approach, and then good things will start happening. You'll see big bombs to right center field. And like I said, he did have 2 home runs in this 4-game series. Not like he didn't have his moments, but at the leadoff spot with Mookie behind you, you do not have to do it all yourself, Shohei. The MV3 is not the MV1. Shohei Ohtani needs to have that approach where he's just going up there, making good things happen, and the slug will come naturally like it has for most of this season. Like I said, Ketel Marte is making a nice surge the second half of the season, and Shohei hitting 211 since the All-Star break. A -10, so Mark isn't worried at all. He's chilling, man. Mark's chilling. He's not worried at all. You can't bother this guy. He's sipping his lemonade, just on the hammock. He's not worried at all. No care in the world for Mark Christian. We got to Daniel Macy has it at 9. The Dodgers will win the division. That's from Jack Geezy over on YouTube. I love that. Give that a fire take. Kopech to close, please, from Randy Davis. Tien Jung says 8. Ken Warm says 7. And as only reliever who doesn't suck is the one Pryor didn't coach. That's definitely a hardcore take right there. Robert Maxwell says 9. Rick Montaya, Dopey Dave strikes again. 3, relax and go Dodgers. Okay, I like that. DJ Jimenez. I like that. Sky's not falling. You pull in the Aaron Rodgers, the RELAX. Relax. Ryan Montez, Diamondbacks, and especially the Padres are making it clear they want us and the division. We've got to keep playing elite. This was a ridiculous loss. Keith Potter says, I'm at a 7 in concern, 9999999 on the anger scale. So you're a little upset. Totally understandable. 7 for sure from Pedro. So yeah, keep firing away in the comment section. We got my boy Noise by Noel, Young Lotto in the comment section. Doug, if there was a laser beam pointed at Earth, fate of the universe on the line, which all-time Dodgers closer would you choose to secure the win and save humanity? Well, if you're going with a closer, has to be game over, Eric Gagne. I want to see Welcome to the Jungle, him run out, him giving the 84 consecutive saves. If it's any pitcher, though, in Dodgers history, I'm going with Sandy Koufax. Has to be Sandy Koufax, a sub-1 postseason ERA. If the game's on the line, I'm going with Sandy. For it's a closer, though, give me Eric Gagne. And that's really the sad thing. Gagne didn't get too many postseason opportunities, just that series in 2004 against the Cardinals. But give me Gagne. Tell you what, definitely don't give me the Kenley-Fornia adventure. And I love Kenley, but yeah, give me Eric Gagne all day, every day. If I had to pick one closer in that situation. Noise by Noel. We got the Dodgers 2.0 Cowboys from David. Rob Honer says, I miss the days when I had confidence in the late innings that late relief and closers would pitch scoreless innings. So yeah, we'll start at the end and then we'll work our way back, because that absolutely is something that definitely causes a lot of stress. You got guys like Alex Vesia. You got guys like Daniel Hudson. This one, I mean, they're walking the bases loaded, multiple walks in big spots late in games in a 1-run game. When you're holding on to a 1-run lead and your offense isn't doing very much, it's extremely, extremely stressful. And at this point, Dave Roberts, he needs to look at this bullpen and be honest about who are the top dogs. And I talked to Dave Roberts and I asked him about Michael Kopech and his trust level. And Dave told me that Michael Kopech is rising to the top of the trust tree. He called Michael Kopech a beast. And Michael Kopech certainly has the stuff to go out there and dominate hitters. 7 1/3 innings so far with the Dodgers, hasn't allowed a run. has given up just 1 hit, has 11 strikeouts. Kopech has been a beast. Go with your best arms. You can't go with seniority right now. And what players have done for you in the past. You have to win ball games day in and day out if you want to hold on to this lead in the division. So let's start at the end. Keep finding a way. Tony Taters is going to be putting your comments up on the screen, so be on the lookout for that. And then we'll work our way back. We'll talk about Jack Flaherty's outing. We'll talk about what went wrong early. But, I mean, today you lose for some bad relief pitching. Daniel Hudson kicking unnecessarily deflecting balls off his foot when he needs to let infielders do their job. And then yesterday, you have 3 errors that cost you. So that's not clean baseball right there. That's not clean baseball right there in these situations. But let's start at the bottom of the 8th inning. So the bottom of the 8th inning is really where this game, it came unraveled for the Dodgers. The Dodgers clinging, absolutely clinging onto a 1-run lead at that point. It's 4-3. And you got Jackson Chourio at the plate, 0-1 count. He hits a leadoff double. Hudson leaves that slider up. So right like that, 2 pitches into that inning, Hudson gives up that double. Next hitter, he walks Mitchell. That gives the Brewers runners on first and second. So just like that, you've got the tying run at second base, and you're just 9 pitches into that inning. Then next batter, Contreras, he reached on an infield single to short, and you look at that play. It's a 1-0 to Contreras. He hits a ground ball to the middle. It goes off Hudson's leg, and if he lets it go, that's a double play ball. Lux was right there, and he tries to knock it down with his foot. It gets to Rojas, and then Rojas makes the throw, but they're unable to take full advantage. And anytime you see a ball that goes right up the middle like that, you just can't attempt to deflect the ball. I've been at Dodger Stadium when they're practicing this, doing PFP, and that is what they're coached to do. The pitchers for the Dodgers are coached specifically not to do this. Unfortunately, he did just that. And it goes as an infield single. The throw was late by Rojas. So at that point, you're really in trouble. You're really in trouble. And that brings up Willy Adames with the bases loaded. The bases loaded, 2-2. He singles to left to score Chourio. That ties it at 4. And then you're starting to get worried because then you're seeing that Brew Crew magic. They had 32 comeback wins heading into this one. Ultimately, that number grows to 33. The next batter, Tyler Black at the plate. And Tyler Black at the plate with runners on second and third. He grounds to right, and then the runners on second and third. And then you get a diving stop there by Kike, and he has 1 play to make, and that's at first. He looked at the plate. He was trying to go for the force. He was considering going for the force, but Mitchell, he was too far down the line. He's got to get that first out, and he ends up doing that. And then the Brewers, they take that lead at 5-4, and that goes for the first out of the inning. So was a nice diving stop by Kike. Unfortunately, though, Mitchell is too far down the line to try to get that force. In that situation, based on how the offense looked, I got to go back and look at it. Do you try to go for that force there? I mean, that's another play where it's a tough one for the infield there. And then next batter, Hoskins at the plate. And Hoskins, he grounds to short. And on this one, it deflects off Hudson's leg again. 2 times, 1 inning. And Rojas gets it. He throws to first. And the Brewers, they get another run to go up 6-4. So 2 times in 1 inning? You've got to be kidding me. You just absolutely kick this win in the trash by doing that. I can't make sense of that when I know for a fact these guys are coached specifically. You've got Miguel Rojas. You know, guys, it's not just any shortstop behind you. It's a Gold Glove caliber shortstop behind you that is there to make plays like that. And you're there trying to be Lionel Messi or Pele or Cristiano Ronaldo and kick the ball. What are you trying to do in that situation? I just don't understand in that situation. And they get the second out. Brewers up 6-4. And I get it. It's your instincts. You want to help. You think that, okay, if it goes off my leg softly, I can pick it up. I can make the play. And then hopefully that helps the situation. It did not. And unfortunately, it led to another run. So that's 2 deflections that cost the Dodgers in this one. And that inning, that was it. That was it right there. You just can't avoid that. You just can't have that. And then Anthony Banda comes in, and then Frelick, he bunted, and he grounds out, and that ends the inning. But they get 3 runs on 3 hits. You get a walk, a double, and 2 singles, and 2 deflections off the foot of Daniel Hudson that should have been at least one, a double play. At the very least, the Dodgers should have had this one where they lost the lead and the Brewers tied it, but instead you entered that inning with a lead, you're up 4-3, and then after you give up those 3 runs on 3 hits, you're trailing 6-4. So what were your thoughts on that 8th inning? It was so costly. I just can't understand in that situation. Maybe one, you say, those are the instincts. I was trying to make a play. I kicked it. I get it. But 2, that's tough to reckon with there. Juice Narrow says we need Dusty Baker to lead this team. Don't tell his old school. Dusty and Bochy would have won the last 2 World Series. XB says Dodgers are softer than Charmin. They claim the goal is the World Series, but constantly looking at the division lead. We got Jordo says, 1990, when I die, I want the Dodgers to bury me so they can let me down one more time. Going to give you a bro for that one, but also I appreciate the humor there. Walker to the bullpen. How? The command's not there. You can't. I don't see how you could justify Walker Buehler to the bullpen if he isn't going to throw strikes. And that was the big issue for Walker Buehler yesterday. I just don't see how you can do that. I mean, yesterday, Walker Buehler threw 87 pitches, 46 for strikes. He was 7 for 18 on first pitch strikes. So if he's going to help this team, he's going to have to figure some things out as a starting pitcher. That really, to me, is the only path. Is just you can't trust guys if they're not going to throw strikes, and that's the bottom line. Roberts is driving the Lambo like a Pinto. That's from Juice Narrows. Man, you guys are on one today. Let it out, guys. It's a therapy session here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Carl says Vesia and Hudson are not postseason quality. Larry Neverett says the bad BP is the result of 5 innings from starting pitchers. Yeah, I mean, you definitely need more length from your starters for sure. There's no doubt about that. Even a World Series, that's from BC. Kike needs more training. We got UG. They're playing like the Angels. Ouch. Ball Boyd says, D-Mac, this team is the hardest in years to wrap my heart around. If they don't seemingly take losses hard, why should I? Nobody on this team seems to hate losing more than enjoying winning. I don't necessarily say that's the truth. This team definitely has high expectations and a lot of guys that know that ultimately you have to find a way to get a win. And look, this is the thing. Winning the division, that's the first step. But even if you win a DS series or a CS series, this season's only going to be considered a success under one condition. You win the whole damn thing. You win the World Series. Let's be honest. When you have a roster like this, it is a Lambo. It is a Bugatti, right? You have to be able to drive it, ride it to a championship ring. Anything other than that is going to be considered a colossal failure in the minds of a lot of fans. And baseball is difficult. It's the hardest sport to predict who's going to win the postseason, but that's just the reality. So I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think that players on this team realize what the standard is, what's at stake. So I don't necessarily think that they're not taking these losses hard because, like I said, they've won 7 of their last 10 games. It's not like they haven't won a lot of baseball games of late, and they're still right there in the mix for being one of the best teams in baseball, despite not having Mookie Betts for 2 months, being without Max Muncy, having more pitchers on the IL than any team as far as day lost. Think about that. The Dodgers right now in Major League Baseball, for any team, I don't care if it's the worst team, I don't care if it's the best team. Talk about the Guardians, we can talk about the Rockies. It does not matter. The Dodgers still are right at the top when it comes to wins, and they're also right at the top when it comes to days lost. They're literally number 1 in all of Major League Baseball in days lost to players on the injured list. But still, they've managed to be right at the top in the sport. So if you could just stay healthy for a long period of time, you got to feel like this team can put together a good streak. But that two very frustrating losses, and I totally get it. We're going to continue to break this one down. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show, the number one Dodgers post-game show here on YouTube. If you hadn't yet, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button. We're doing a t-shirt giveaway, looking for your comment of the show. So Tony Taters, he's looking for your comments of the show. Antonio, to you, what was the most frustrating part of this loss today?
Oh, definitely that 8th inning, just watching the lead deteriorate like that. Just such a bummer. And I got to be honest, man, just 2 games above in the division. I'm getting a little nervous, maybe too nervous, but just watching this game, they should have had this game all the way. But Daniel Hudson, the first time instincts being a pitcher, I get it. You want to go for that. But like you said, 2 times, dude, come on, bruh.
It is wild. It is wild when you look at it, when you think about it from that standpoint. The lead is down to 2 games.
It's getting crazy, yeah.
I mean, Dodgers 71-51, Diamondbacks 69-53, Padres 69-53. So, hey, at the very least, you are going to get a division race. So you can't tell me that the Dodgers won't be playing meaningless baseball down the stretch, because they're going to be playing very meaningful baseball until the end here. And the Dodgers, they don't play anyone under 500 pretty much for the rest of the year. So it's definitely going to be a tall order. I still think the Dodgers pull out this division. I still think that you're getting reinforcements along the way. You're continuing to get healthy. Yamamoto, he threw a 40-pitch bullpen session yesterday. He's joined the team in St. Louis, where he's going to have a simulated game to face hitters. So definitely things are looking up from that standpoint, but the bottom line, you have to win games. And look, the Brewers, they're just a game and a half out of that 1 seed. So let's not forget that this Brewers team, a team they faced today, they could face in the postseason, they're certainly in the mix as well. But let's keep reading your comments here. Daniel Hudson, once a D-back, always a D-back. Okay. Swap Kopech with Hudson. That's from John over on YouTube. Matty Man, what's up, my man? Jose, please tell me we face Lance Lynn this weekend. It's a fire take. That's a fire take right there. D-Mac seems a little upset. Michael, I'm not upset. Like, it's just, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because you know that the presentation, as Ned Colletti used to always talk about, just wasn't there for these last 2 games. And this could have been a 4-game sweep against a really good Milwaukee Brewers team. You decided to give Walker Buehler this opportunity, and they kind of came back to cost you a game, even though he only gave up 1 earned run. Well, you know that pitch count, and anytime you throw that many pitches, 87 to go 3 1/3, you're setting the bullpen back. So for sure. We got Gorda says, D-Mac, Shohei's bat is colder than my mother-in-law. I like that one. Colder than a stepmother's love. Right there. Give you a little home run right there. Dodgers in playoff form for me. Jonathan Nelson says, never going to happen in a full season with Dave. Lots of angry, frustrated Dodgers fans here. Let it out, guys. We got bring back Marquise Grissom. Okay, we'll talk about him a little bit. He's actually going to be featured in the show for a second here. Mike M, Dodgers could end up in 3rd place, and Roberts will say it was a successful season. No, if they end up in 3rd place, I'll tell you right now, Dave Roberts won't be saying it's a successful season. Dave Roberts will be updating his LinkedIn profile because he probably won't be the manager of the Dodgers anymore in that event. And as D-Mac, when's the last year they didn't make the postseason? Yeah, I mean, you look at the streak, it's 11 straight. It's 11 straight. So that would put it at 2012 is the last year. So that is insane when you look at where the Dodgers have been with the Guggenheim group and everything that they put together. So it's pretty exciting to see what this team has done. But yeah, I think top of my head, I believe it's 2012 when
I was actually at that game. It was against the Giants. Mark Ellis, the second baseman, he hit a ball right to the left center field gap, hit the wall. Easy double. He went to 3rd, got thrown out. Next batter, Shane Victorino hit a triple, and then Matt Kemp struck out to end the game. It was so crushing, dude. And Giants won the freaking World Series that year. Such a bummer, dude.
Yeah, that was a tough game right there. That was a tough game right there. And they did. I remember that Kirsch did have the last game of the season against the Giants that year, where, I mean, they won that one, but yeah, they're outside the wild card, outside the division. And I mean, Donnie Baseballs was still there. And yeah, that's a tough year, but still they're not, look, this team's not, if this team misses the playoffs, we're including this years Dodgers as one of the most disappointing teams in sports history. So let's make sure that does not happen, okay? This team has to have success. It's not an option. Failure is not an option for this Dodgers team. I'll tell you that much. We got to Alex Renteria, 2 winnable games that they gave away. Kevin Parker, we've got a RR team and a Volkswagen bullpen. It's a fire take. It's a fire take right there. So let's break this one down, starting at the top real quick. Bottom of the first inning. Got to talk about newest Dodger, Jack Flaherty. Tony Tater's still looking for that comment of the show, guys. We're giving away a Dodgers Nation t-shirt a little later. I'll do some trivia, too, if we get a chance as well. But Terang, he leads it off with a double. Next batter, 0-1 to Jackson Chourio. He homers to center to give the Brewers an early 2-0 lead. And not a great pitch right there. Four-seam fastball up in the zone. He hits it out. Next batter, he strikes out Mitchell on 3 pitches for the first out. Follows that up 3-2 to Contreras, 7th pitch of the at-bat, and he crushes a solo bomb to make it 3-0 Brewers. So 2 home runs allowed by Jack Flaherty. He's got the Dodgers home run-itis right now. He came to the Dodgers, and he's got that home run-itis that has been hurting some of the Dodgers pitchers this season. And then he bounces back to strike out Adames. He gets him to chase a curveball down the way. Really nice pitch, and then Bowers fly to center for the 3rd out. So the Brewers, they jumped on Flaherty early. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 home runs, and he throws 26 pitches there in that first frame. And then top of the 2nd inning, 0-2 to Lux. He gets one on an infield single to 3rd. And a couple batters later, Jason Hayward, he grounded to 2nd. Lux scored from 3rd, giving the Dodgers their first run of the afternoon at 3-1. So Dodgers, they get their first run. You're starting to feel like, okay, it's early. The offense is going to pick up. Nice job by Gavin Lux continuing to make things happen. Jason Hayward, a veteran at bat right there, rolling the ball to the right side and giving up that at bat to score a run. So that definitely was promising early on to see the bottom of the lineup just do anything to help this team and just stay productive, because they have really been a lot better in the second half of the season. And then after that, Andy Pages, he doubles to left. That scores Rojas to make it 3-2 Brewers. Dodgers pull within 1, and then Kike Hernandez with the runner on second, he flies to right. So the Dodgers, they quickly respond. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. And then Jack Flaherty, bottom of the 2nd, he goes 1-2-3. Much better inning, 2 strikeouts there. He got Hoskins with a nasty 4-seamer up and in, and then he got Ortiz swinging on a 4-seam fastball, challenge him in the zone. So was really able to find the command of that 4-seam fastball after that first inning. And then top of the 3rd inning, Freddie Freeman gets a 1-out single to right. Then Will Smith, he singles. So the Dodgers get back-to-back 2-out singles. That brings up Gavin Lux. Full count, 3-2. He singled to center. That scored Freddie Freeman to tie things up at 3. So the Dodgers quickly tie things up. They get 1 run on 3 hits in the top of the 3rd, tie things up. Rojas had runners on the corners. 3-2 pitch. He popped out to end the threat. So you miss an opportunity to get even more runs there, but at the very least, it's tied early on. Then you have some opportunities after that. Nothing major. Top of the 5th inning, Ohtani gets a leadoff single to right. Then a couple batters later, Freddie Freeman, he grounds to 2nd. And Ohtani did steal another base, so it's 36 of the season, 4 away from 40. And then Will Smith with Ohtani at 3rd, he grounds to 2nd. So a much better, he actually flied to center there, but a much better series for Will Smith. Definitely has been more productive heading into this game. Will Smith for the series definitely was showing a lot of signs of life with 3 hits in 6 at-bats and a home run and an RBI and 2 walks. So he has looked better. That's definitely something to be encouraged by. And if you want to take something away from this series, is hopefully Will Smith has found it. Will Smith definitely needs to get on a run. And he's talked about it recently, how his swing just wasn't timed up well. He wasn't using his legs, and he wasn't using his legs to kind of generate that force off the ground that we see him do. And his load was off as well, and his anticipation of the pitch. So he definitely has made some adjustments. You see the hands are finishing kind of like we've seen early in the season. So hopefully Will Smith has turned things around, and that's a sign of what's to come. But still, that's another opportunity where a Dodgers hitter is unable to come through and tack on some more runs. And that's what you need when you have a bullpen that's given up leads late. So that's what's the unfortunate thing about that. Then bottom of the fifth inning, Jack Flaherty back out on the mound. He strikes out Frelick for the second out. So another punch out, really nice at bat. And then he walks Ortiz to draw issues a 2-out walk to Ortiz, gives up a single to Terang, and then Terang steals second. Thankfully, with runners on second and third, Flaherty buckles down, and he strikes out Chirios swinging with a knuckle curve, bottom of the zone, one of his best pitches of the afternoon. But that was it. That was it for Jack Flaherty. And Jack Flaherty, for 13 of his 19 starts this season, has gone at least 6 innings. And that's definitely what you want from him. You want him to go deep into games. That's what he did all season with the Detroit Tigers. And you look at today's outing, he went 5. Against the Pirates, his last outing, he goes 5 2/3. In his first game, he went 6. So pretty much around 6, but you don't definitely want this to be a habit where he's going just 5 innings. You need at least 6 from Jack Flaherty. Then you jump to the top of the 6th inning. Gavin Lux draws a leadoff walk. Miguel Rojas, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games with a single to right. That put runners on first and second for Jason Hayward. Hayward lined to right. Lux, he advanced to third, giving the Dodgers runners on the corners for Andy Pages. Pages 1-1 count. He lines to third for the second out. And then Peguero comes in to face Kike. Nice at bat by Kike. Just aggressive, sees a slider that he can deal with. He singled to right. That scored Lux to put the Dodgers on top 4-3 at that point. Then Shohei Ohtani with runners on first and second. First pitch, he lines to center. So that's what I'm talking about. Shohei, you need to be a little more patient at the plate, especially as that leadoff hitter. Goes 1 for 5 today and 2 for 19 for this series. So you need more from your $700 million man, especially after the All-Star break. So definitely want to see more from that. Then Michael Kopech, he comes in the 6th inning. Still can't figure out why he was the first guy out of the bullpen. He goes 1, 2, 3. Got Mitchell to line out, struck out Contreras with a 98-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball up in the zone that got Adames to fly out. So some hard contact there, nothing to worry about. He's been fantastic. 7 1/3 innings, hasn't given up a run. So he's been great since he's been with the Dodgers. And then this is where it really also started before the Hudson inning. Alex Vesia in the bottom of the 7th inning, he comes in, and there was some good, but the command, it was off. He walked the leadoff man. He had him 0-2, and he lost him. And you just can't do that. You just cannot do that. And for those out there that are saying that this felt like a postseason game, that's a postseason type scenario. 1-run lead against a good team on the road. And he has Sanchez down the count 0-2, and then on the 8th pitch of the at-bat, he misses high arm side with that fastball, and he gets the leadoff walk. So you can't do that in a 1-run game. You just can't. And then next batter he faces, it's more of the same. He just temporarily lost command in this one. He faces Hoskins. Hoskins walks, and that's on 4 pitches there. So just like that, Brewers have runners on first and second. Then next batter, Frelick, first pitch, he gets him out on an infield fly. Then he gets Ortiz to fly to right. So a high wire act for Vesia. And then really, this is the best Alex Vesia I've seen in a while against Terang. So the runners on first and second, 7th pitch of the at-bat, 2-2 count, a full count at that point. He strikes him out swinging with a four-seam fastball, and he chases a pitch up and in about a foot out of the strike zone. But that had to be, I haven't confirmed it yet, but for a guy that's been struggling with velocity, that was 94.8 miles per hour. That had to have been one of his hardest throws of the year. I got a Henry, what happened to Bobby Miller? Tune in tomorrow, 12 o'clock. We will have Bobby Miller on the show. My guy, Mr. Bobby Big Time Miller, is joining us, so excited to talk to him. But yeah, let me know down below, what are your thoughts on this game? And that's where it was. I mean, we broke down the bottom of the 8th, Daniel Hudson And then the ninth inning, the Dodgers just did not do much, didn't really put up a fight. And that's definitely not what you want to see too. That's another trend in these last two losses. If you're getting the postseason vibes, yesterday, you had the top of the lineup against Devin Williams. The Dodgers go down in order. Yes, there were some bad calls against Mookie Betts, but today, top of the ninth, you had Pages, and then Mookie, he pinch hit for Kike. He struck out swinging, and then Ohtani, he struck out swinging to end the game on a fastball up out of the zone. So that's going to do it, though, for this game. But we're going to keep breaking it down, guys. We got lots to talk about here. Let me know down below. Ohtani not earning his pay. Hey, he's going to be fine. I'm not worried about Shohei. I'm not. But I do think this is a learning process for him. Let's remember this, that Shohei Ohtani in his career, by this point, his team is doing 1-2-3 Cancun. His team isn't playing relevant baseball. In his 6 years before this with the Angels, that team is not in a division race and not playing for a team that is expected to not just go, but win the World Series. So I think that Shohei definitely needs to make some adjustments, especially if you're going to keep him on the leadoff spot where, yeah, hey, sometimes in at-bats, you're going to have him be Shohei, go full blow, just absolutely crush baseballs, do damage, have those big swings, but you just don't need him expanding the zone. I don't want him to change. I don't, because I know that in the totality of it, he's going to be just fine. But in certain moments of the game, especially in a one-run game or a two-run game, today, I mean, these are close games. You definitely want to see a little more of a approach at the plate where he's just trying to make things happen without swinging for the fences. And sometimes you do see that swing get a little too big in certain spots. But I agree. I mean, Tony Diaz or BT Fouls, dude's going to have 50-50. Give him a break. That's not for me. You guys know. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, come on now. My wife tells me I talk more about him than I do to her or about her. So Shohei's going to be fine. I just think that we have to embrace this little learning process following the All-Star break where he's playing winning baseball on a postseason team. He's not used to this. The WBC is great. That's a tournament. That's not a full season. So I think that's something that we need to be mindful of. Okay, so we're going to do our first giveaway here. First giveaway of the day. And Tony Taters is looking for your comment of the show. But the first one we're going to give away is on this day was it 2000? Tony, tell me when the last time the Brewers had a triple play here.
I think it was 11 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. Not too sure.
So what are the chances? The Brewers triple play against the Dodgers. Well, when was the last time the Dodgers had a triple play in a game? Who was it against? If you want to throw me the date, you'll get some bonus points for sure. Absolutely. BT Fouts, I agree. Thank you, D-Mac. He's amazing, but still human. I kind of disagree. I don't think he's from this planet. Okay? I always say, Aaron Judge, best player in the world. Shohei Ohtani, best player in the universe. But I agree. I like this. Sackzilla06. D-Mac, you're married to us, bro. That's facts. I'm going to give you a comment of the show for that one. That's a contender. Okay, let's see. Last triple play for the... I like this. The infamous El Guapo says fastest to Google wins. You got to promise you did not go to Google, okay? Gwen Bach says 2012 last play. 2012 from Alex Renteria. Okay, the first person to give me the opponent now. First person to give me who was against.
We got someone right here already.
Okay, who's it, Tony Taters?
It's Philip Fountain. He says 2012 versus the Padres.
And we have a winner, so DM us to get your t-shirt. Yes, it was April 15th, 2012 against the San Diego Padres. The Padres had runners on first and second base when Jesus Guzman tried to lay down a bunt. And after some confusion caused by the umpire's hand signals, the Dodgers took what ended up being a fair ball, and they turned the first 2-5-6-3 triple play in baseball history. The first 2-5-6-3 triple play in baseball history. Really a fascinating play. And go back and look at it. Yeah, run this back. The umpire throws his hands up twice before he finally pointed to the infield to signal a fair ball. And then you look closer, you see the ball did hit the bat. It did roll fair. AJ Ellis, he grabs the ball. He throws it to third base. Then Juan Uribe, with no runner around him, he fired that ball to second base. Yonder Alonso, who's already contesting the call, having never left second base, as the ball is relayed behind him. So they get it out there. And at first, Chase Headley also never left the bag. As the Dodgers, they finished that 2-5-6-3 triple play. So Chase Headley, man, those are the times. By the way, I love triple plays, man. There's been like 750 something in baseball history. And 1996, June 15th, 1996, the Dodgers turned to triple A. June 15, 1996, the Dodgers turned to triple play in that first inning against the Atlanta Braves. Hideo Nomo gave a leadoff single to Marquise Grissom. Then walked Mark Lemke to put 2 on with no outs. Chipper Jones had a little bloop shot to left, and that ended up in Juan Castro's glove. He comes up from his shortstop position. Then Castro, he turned it to Delino DeShields. That doubled up Grissom, and then DeShields, he fired it to Eric Karros to get Lemke to finish the triple play. It had been 47 years since the Dodgers' last triple play, and it marked the Dodgers' first triple play since moving to Los Angeles. Then after that, they turned to triple play a couple years later on June 13th, 1998, against the Colorado Rockies. Darren Dreifert, Jose Vizcaíno, Eric Young, Bobby Bonilla. Triple plays, man. What will happen first? Let me know down below in the comment section. What's going to happen first? A triple play or a Dodgers going to hit for the cycle? Man.
Definitely the cycle, dude.
I think a cycle watch too. Hasn't happened since 2017 with Cody Bellinger for sure. We got Stun Seed 50. Hey, D-Mac, can you say if you guys have picked a winner for the jersey? We haven't picked a winner because we haven't hit 95K yet. So more subscribers. Go tell your family and friends. Any Dodgers fans you know, we're getting very, very close to 95K. We did pick a winner for the trade deadline giveaway for whatever jersey they wanted for which Dodger was traded. So we did pick one for that. And we got a winner for the trivia question today. We're going to do some more trivia questions too, guys. So be on the lookout for those. We're also looking for a comment of the show giveaway as well. So keep firing away down below in the comment section. And then we are going to continue to break this one down, give our takeaways, see if Dave Roberts had anything to say after the game, because that's a frustrating loss. That's a very, very frustrating loss. I think the big takeaways, Michael Kopech needs to be bumped up. You need to see him in higher leverage situations. Mookie Betts, how'd you guys feel about Mookie Betts not being in the lineup? Me personally, I wasn't too upset about it. The fact that Mookie did not have a minor league rehab assignment and he had missed 2 months, he had played 3 straight games. Dave did hint at the fact that he probably was going to be using this one, and he still is used as a pinch hitter late. So I'm not overly upset about that one. But now that he's on a run, you got to keep him back. He's got to stay back. But let me know. Do you guys have any issues with that? Mookie was off for 45 games. That's another way to look at it. Yeah, he's had a lot of time off for sure. I just hope Mookie's hand's all right from NS. Too many bad losses lately. That's from Ken Warm. J-Kid 323. Roberts didn't say nothing other than it's not my fault, but the bullpen's fault. LOL. Did he throw the bullpen under a double-decker bus or something? Let me see. Let's see. I don't see too much about that, but yeah. Other big takeaway, Jack Flaherty was good, wasn't great today for the Dodgers. Gives up 3 runs on 4 hits in 5 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks through 93 pitches, 3.06 ERA, still in elite territory, but was just a rocky first inning. I mean, he gave those 2 home runs and a double against the first 4 batters that he faced, settled down, was fine after that. But with the way this bullpen has been performing, you have to hope to get at least 6 frames out of Jack Flaherty, ideally. And the offense needs to pick him up a little more than that. So definitely don't want to see that. And then Gavin Lux continues. Another big takeaway. Gavin Lux continues just to be one of the best players in Major League Baseball in the second half of the season. Note that I didn't say the best player on the Dodgers. or one of the best players in the National League or the division. I'm saying one of the best players in Major League Baseball. He goes 2 for 3 today, had an RBI and a walk. But heading into today for this series, he was 2 for 11, but he did get that home run, that moonshot the other night. So that definitely kind of makes up for that. But still, Gavin Lux, if he continues to play like this, he's going to make things easy on what they decide to do at second base. I think you're going to see a lot less Kike Hernandez pretty soon when Mookie Betts is back and Max Muncy is going to be back in the lineup taking over at third base. So you're going to see that as well. So I think that this team they're in a division race, man. And yeah, Gavin Lux is certainly been a big reason why they have had success lately. And this could have been a sweep. It ends up as a split. And I think that's what's frustrating. We got some super chats. Jose Aguirre, Dodgers were too spooked by the hotel ghosts. The Fitzer Hotel, Mookie not wanting to stay at the Fitzer Hotel. Yeah, there's definitely some scary stories about that for sure. And it's definitely, I don't think it was that. Justin Turner, Kenley Jansen have told stories about that in the past. But really the spooky thing to me is only having a 2-game lead in the division. That to me is what scares me, not some ghosts. Because I don't know. Do you guys believe in ghosts? Tony Taters, you believe in ghosts?
Dude, I grew up Mexican as hell, dude. Of course, I believe in ghosts and all the spirits. Dia de los Muertos, forever, dude.
Really?
Oh, man. I don't know. My sister's got some crazy stories. I haven't seen any, but I won't speak for her. But she says she's seen some crazy stuff.
Interesting. See, the thing about me is I believe in ghosts, but I don't worry about it because we have the Ghostbusters. So if I have any issues, I know who to call. The Ghostbusters, as a Slimer in the whole gang. So that's kind of what it is. Lux bats fourth. For sure, D-Mac, 1-game lead. Remember, the Padres own the tiebreaker, Alex Rancheria. That's a great point. The tiebreaker is in the mix, but I still am more concerned about the Diamondbacks and the Padres. I truly am at the end of the day. Both are good teams, for sure. But I think for me, the Padres are a team that, of course, beat the Dodgers a couple years ago. Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers last year. Both are threats, for sure. So we got Bueller easy lock for game 1 starter. Okay, Josh Valuna talking crazy. Just this Tuesday, I said this would happen from Bilal K. Nando, Tony Taters. We got some Espanol right there. I like that. We got.
Let me see. They're talking about the rubbing the egg. That's a Mexican tradition, just like rubbing the egg and all that good stuff.
Oh, I know. Oh, cool.
Orale.
How about kissing the egg, like Zenka and Cool Runnings? Remember that? There you go. I like that. But that's gonna do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout and Dodgers Nation post-game show combined. We're going to be back tomorrow with Bobby Miller. So Bobby Miller will be joining us. We'll talk to him. Who knows? Maybe Bobby Miller can factor in because he certainly has the stuff. And you throw him in the bullpen, we'll talk to him if that's an idea. Starters, does he get another opportunity? We'll see. But the Dodgers are firmly in a division race. They lose to the Brewers 6-4, fall to 71-51, 2 games up in the division. This is the closest that the Diamondbacks and the Padres, and this is the smallest lead they've had since April 25th. So it's definitely a concern. It definitely means something. And we'll be back tomorrow, guys. So thanks for joining us here. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. For me, Mr. Tony Taters, producer Tony, thanks for rocking with us, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for Dodgers Dugout Live and another post-game show. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and comment GOAT Tani down below so you're eligible for our next big giveaway, an authentic Shohei Ohtani Dodgers jersey. You won't want to miss that, so subscribe to the channel. And also, even though the Dodgers didn't win, hit that lineup, hit that like button so we can get those good vibes up. But see you guys tomorrow. My name is Doug McKain. Friends call me D-Mac. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue.